I hate CAPTCHA. Have any of you tried to use CAPTCHA before with a VPN? It is hell, bro. It is the worst thing imaginable. Because you always tick it. You always tick it, and then it's like, can you tick all the boxes where all the buses are? And then you do it right, and it's like, wrong.
How does this
do it again
checkbox know that I'm not a robot? I didn't click any motorcycle.
I thought that was Hassan for a second there, like skinny Hassan. I got a jump scare.
Traffic lights.
Yeah, it's like, but the traffic lights technically in this one here. Is this a traffic light box here? Is this a traffic light?
Didn't even type in distorted words, and yet it knew. This infamous tech is called reCAPTCHA.
Thank you, Muffin, for the 10.
And when it comes to reach, few tools rival its presence across the web. It's on 12.5 million websites, quietly sitting on pages that you visit every day, and it's actually not very good at stopping bots.
I do notice that when I'm assuming it works off cookies, because if I use CAPTCHA when I'm not using a VPN, it recognizes me straight away. But as soon as I use a VPN, it's like, wait, tick all these buses now.
Which of course led me to the question, if it's not stopping bots, what is it doing? This simple question sent us down a rabbit hole that was deeper and more.
This video has an ad read. Don't like most YouTube videos on the platform have an ad read.
Complicated than we ever imagined.
The box test isn't really about the box.
A single checkbox.
It turns out reCAPTCHA isn't what we think it is. And the public narrative around reCAPTCHA is an impossibly small sliver of the truth. And by accepting that sliver as the full truth, we've all been misled.
Tracks your mouse movements.
For months, we followed the data. We examined glossed over research and uncovered evidence that most people don't know exists. This isn't the story of an inconsequential box. It's the story of a seemingly innocent tool and how it became a gateway for corporate greed
reCAPTCHA also
and
tracks
mass
your mouse
surveillance.
movement,
We
because
found
a
buried
human has certain delays and movements that a robot would struggle to replicate.
CAPTCHA tracks your mouse movements as well to take into consideration delays. Okay, that's interesting.
lawsuits, whispers of the NSA, and echoes of Edward Snowden. This is the story of the future of the internet and who's trying to control it.
Why can't a robot work out how to...
Goated show, goated show. If any of you watch QI, you definitely have autism. That show is goated. I used to watch that so much as a kid. Dude, I learned more from QI than what I did at school. It's crazy.
tick a box marked, I'm not a robot?
In the largest antitrust trial in the United States in 25 years.
No! No!
Let's
They're getting too
start here.
smart.
What you've been told is wrong.
Dude, this guy used to work at Vox or something.
Journalists told you such a small sliver of the truth that I would consider it to be deceptive.
Why can't a robot just click, I'm not a robot? The box test isn't really about the box.
It actually tracks your mouse movements right before you check the box.
See, if you write code to make an object move to a certain point, like a cursor, the simplest version will make it move in a straight line.
Robots move like this.
But humans naturally aren't that accurate. We don't move in a perfectly straight line.
But humans move kind of like this.
Humans tend to move their mice in wiggly, imperfect ways.
Well, I can move it straight. Oh my god, I'm a robot.
And that is what this version of CAPTCHA was looking for.
Okay. Mouse macro software, find image, look for the checkbox, move mouse to checkbox, and make it click. Play. I mean, it's so easy. It's so easy to test this. Okay, you're probably thinking, why does any of this matter? And I agree with you. I did agree with you. I actually halted this investigation for a few weeks because I thought it was quite boring. Until I went to renew my passport. passportstatus.state.gov. I got a CAPTCHA, not a checkbox, not fire hydrants, but the old one. And I clicked it. And
you know, if you're like blind, you can use the audio capture And it is terrifying. Has anyone actually heard the audio captures before? It's like... It's like trying to talk to Slender Man or something. Like, because it's obviously trying to distort the voice, so it's not just giving you it for free. It is actually terrifying. Pyro not showered in 3 days. The grease is unbearable. I've got moisturizer on, you maggot.
And it took me.
I have a 3-step skincare routine, you maggot. I'm literally wearing moisturizer right now. This is not grease.
Here. reCAPTCHA seems to have become a spyware. It might be also that its primary purpose is doxing of US residents and spying on everyone else.
The Hawk Tour video is out. The Hawk Tour video is out on Pyro Live. It will flop because Charlie beat us, but what are you going to do?
I don't know what led me to do it. It felt like my mouse was moving itself.
How should editors, thank you Noob for the 5, how should editors go about applying for positions or finding positions? I've been an editor for around 10 years. Freelance work is a tough find. It's just networking. It's always networking. It's trying to shoot your shot in Discord groups, stuff like that. Anyone that wants to work with a YouTuber. I've seen a couple of Discord groups of like people, like editors that get together and then they try to basically talk to each other, to try to get like a, you know, in contact with other YouTubers or like, you know, get fair rates and stuff like that. It literally is just putting yourself out there and it's networking. I mean, Discord's a good place to start for that. Frills.
An entire page dedicated to documenting the horrors of reCAPTCHA, alleging national security implications for the US and foreign governments, its ability to dox users, mentioning secret FISA orders, the same type of orders that Edward Snowden risked his life to warn us about.
It is one of the most secretive places in America, a federal court of 11 judges with the power to allow government to conduct electronic surveillance on you.
Who put this together?
I do love the fact that the government has access to everything you have done, everything you've looked at, your camera, your microphone on your phone. Bro. If the government got my phone, wow, that would... I mean, it wouldn't be that bad, actually, because like most of the commissions are like public anyway, but... Actually, no, never mind, it wouldn't be that bad.
Anonymous. If you're a web native journalist looking to get in touch, we doubt you're going to have a hard time figuring out who we are anyway. This felt like a key. Left in plain
Watch me
sight.
butcher your name now, Lil Slime. Pyrocynical.
Thank you, Metro Boomin, for the 10.
Whispering, there's a door nearby, and it's meant to be open. This is what we're good at. This is what we do. It felt like someone on the other side already knew that, as if they'd been waiting for someone to come along and notice. Okay, let's get this out of the way. reCAPTCHA is not, and really has never been, very good at stopping bots. reCAPTCHA was founded in part by this guy in 2007.
Duolingo.
Version 1 looked like this. In 2009, Google bought reCAPTCHA. But in 2012, hackers were able to get bots through with a 99.1% success rate. V2 dropped in 2014. It was the first time we saw the infamous checkbox. This is also when it allegedly...
It's actually been around for 10 years. That is like a 10-year anniversary that no one is celebrating.
...became spyware. In 2017, version 2 was cracked with an 85% success rate. The code to do so was made public and still works to this day. 2018 was the launch of V3. According to researchers at UC Irvine, there's practically no difference between V2 and V3. A few months after the launch of V3, it was beaten with a 97% success rate. Google doesn't...
So it somehow got worse when they updated it. How does that happen?
...tell us how reCAPTCHA works. Besides...
using an advanced risk analysis engine.
But these hackers, they spelled it out. Do you believe that reCAPTCHA should be thrown out?
Yeah, I think it's time to deprecate this technology.
This is Dr. Andrew Searles.
No, that's a microphone you're pointing at.
And he's the lead author of this study.
And so I essentially developed a mirror of reCAPTCHA that would make you have to solve multiple in a row and would tell you that you're wrong, regardless of what you said.
This guy
Showed some
reminds me
the
of the fuck-off CEO from Detroit. Become human, very big soy energy.
Who's the CEO? Oh, the actual CEO that... How?
data that you can actually scrape. You can scrape so much data from somebody's user interaction from a website.
Whoa, this has been my big question. What data is Google collecting?
They can collect all sorts of data, right? Any information.
Why is he like? I've heard people that have like TikTok accent. He has like YouTube essay accent.
Any keystroke, any click, IP address, user agent string, all the websites, all the browsing history, cookie information.
reCAPTCHA takes a pixel by pixel fingerprint of your browser, a real-time map of everything you do on the internet.
I think it's like 10 million websites employ this technology. They essentially get access to any user interaction on that web page.
Are you saying that Google can see anything that anyone is doing on any website that has
Readable accent is crazy.
reCAPTCHA?
Oh, you said bread tube accent. Oh, for God's sake. God's sake. I thought you said breedable.
Embedded in it.
There's a very good chance they have that capability, is what I will say.
reCAPTCHA doesn't need to be good at stopping bots because it knows who you are. The new reCAPTCHA runs in the background, is invisible, and only shows challenges to bots or suspicious users. If there's
Well, that's just anyone that's using a VPN.
any part of this video you should listen to, it's this. Stop making dinner, stop scrolling on your phone,
Okay.
and please listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
When I tell you that reCAPTCHA is watching you,
Fat man,
I'm
have
not
you
saying
seen the latest Nick Crowley video? If not, will you react to it on here?
I haven't seen it. What is that? Nick Crowley, isn't that Nexpo's mate? Is it more smart schoolboy? Oh, is it that? The darkest kids TV show ever made. The darkest squilt you've never frilted.
saying that in some abstract, metaphorical way. Right now, reCAPTCHA is watching you. It knows that you're watching me, and it doesn't want you to know.
Piss nuke incoming. Piss nuke incoming. Piss nuke incoming. Piss nuke incoming. Piss nuke incoming.
Stop!
Piss
Stop!
nuke-
Stop! Stop! I like how he's hyping it up, how dramatic it is, and then just Dono goes piss nuke incoming. I feel like with how he's set this up, he's gonna. This is where he throws in an ad read. By the way, he's like, "Stop making dinner. Stop scrolling on your phone. It's time for the ad read."
It's not just Google.
Now, there is this whole sketchy market about brokers, advertising brokers that like to purchase large amounts of people's information.
These brokers have information on probably all of us. They get this data from a variety of sources. Government
Don't do it. Don't do it.
records, like your birth certificate.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you do that ad read. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Your voter registration, court documents, or social media. The posts you've made, the posts you've liked, the quizzes you've taken, the websites you've visited.
Ad read, pay money to erase your records. Oh, God. I bet it is that one. I bet it is that one.
They package all
Slop
of this
time. To the trough, little piggies. To the trough.
Thank you, Tessie, for the 10. It's going to be an incognito shield? Yeah, probably.
together, and they sell it. They're not just selling this to
No.
advertisers. Many are selling
Don't
it
do
to whoever
incognito.
will
Don't do
pay
incognito.
for it. So I use a tool called Delete Me. They're also graciously sponsoring this portion of today's video. Delete Me goes through this
Skip.
link down below. It's join,
All right.
delete,
Yep.
checkout.
Yep.
For financial gain, and you see the potential.
Shut up. What do
Hey
you want?
Pookie, I'm going to the shops for my 16th monster of the day. Do you want anything?
No, average trans girl. I don't want anything. Thank you for the 10.
risks of the data economy. Use that link. You'll get 20% off.
Oh my God, it's still going.
Seriously, genuinely, really impressed with what you all do.
I get it. We all got to get that bag. I get it. I'm a hypocrite because I have sponsors in my videos. But as soon as I saw that hype building up, I was like, AIDS.
In January of 2015, a class action lawsuit
Schizo
was filed.
Dono. But I am actually annoyed that everything requires an account. Even Krispy Kreme and Heinz have them. How glutinous do you have to be to have a Krispy Kreme account? Also, Legos are way too expensive. $70 for a small-ass spaceship. Number 75,402.
Bro just came in here to talk about his personal life. What
I
was
skipped ahead. He talked about how Janus is inside all of us and that's how they track us. The soy man should get a fucking job. I don't know why I'm so angry, but this sounds man rubs me the wrong way.
Why do you have personal beef with the YouTuber? What's he done wrong? He just did an ad read.
Against Google. The allegations claim that every time someone solved a reCAPTCHA challenge, they weren't just proving that they were human, but they were performing
Thanks
unpaid
for the
labor
Pepsi on the train,
for Google
Pyrocynical.
without
Sorry
their
for
knowledge.
roasting
Look
your
at this.
content.
Typing morning.
Wait, what was that one? Thanks for the Pepsi Max on the train. Oh, that was you. Yeah, I remember, Daki. Yeah, what's up, man? Thank you for the 10. Appreciate it.
Overlooks would get you a passing grade, obviously, but so would adorning overlooks, and pouring overlooks, even egg overlooks, horse overlooks, blue man group overlooks. All of them will get you a passing grade and confirm you're a human. reCAPTCHA is testing you on this word alone. It has no idea what this one is.
So if I type in AIDS overlooks, it will accept that, and then that gets put into the system.
You, on the other hand, do, and when you submit the word morning, you are fulfilling a contractual obligation that Google has.
Oh my god, I'm just typing AIDS into every single captcha now. Oh my god, I'm not even gonna try.
Has with one of its clients, like the New York Times.
I'm not even
when
gonna try.
you do this, you are helping to train one of Google's AI data sets. As one researcher says, you are doing unpaid labor that directly benefits the world's most powerful surveillance
Love you,
corporation.
Pyro. I've been watching since your first Hitman video. Hope you're doing good. Also, Hawked Your Girl is finished, over and got worse.
Thank you, Aiden, for the 20. Look, man, Charlie got it out before me. I had to come up with a different title.
Cynical, gonna have my popcorn bucket empty before the video ends.
Thank you, Rosario, for the 10. I like how he's making out that you're doing unpaid labor, but it's like, this is what happens with any company when you use it for free. They end up rinsing you. Well, I swear I saw a meme, like, how much would the internet cost if everyone paid? Hang on. How much would the internet cost if everyone paid? I swear it's like $40 or something. Maybe it's Google. No, there was something I saw years ago, and it was like, how much would the internet be to use without any sponsors or like ads or anything, or collecting data? And I swear it was like $70 per person.
And even,
but yeah, it's like you're using a company for free. They are going to rinse you. Like, you use Google, use it for free. They're going to take advantage of you, definitely. Like, that's not really surprising.
Even though the judge acknowledged this to be true, the class action lawsuit was dropped, in large part because the time involved for each user is extremely small. As a part of Dr. Searle's study, they estimated that users have spent more than 819 million hours taking these tests, which results in $6.1 billion of unpaid labor. Maybe we could find a way to...
$6.1 billion of typing into CAPTCHA. I'm sorry, bro, but could you imagine the amount of people that have wasted 10 times more time in their life typing on Twitter for free? And they don't complain about that.
Why do your recent uploads just feel like slop, but you're just trying to be more hyper?
Yeah, that's the entire point. I give it the 10, Alan. Well, we're trying to make the videos higher quality, but then we realize, like, you know, the thing is, it's a balancing act between getting views to pay people, but also like trying to make the stuff higher quality. So then I thought, like, what if I'm just standing up and I would like more animated and stuff in the video? Because I've saw people give positive feedback because of that. Because we tried doing like a high quality game video on Stalker, that fucking flopped. That actually flopped. The ASAT did really well though. That's on 700k now. With the ASAT, I do want to do that. I'm going to bring that back. I think we're going to do ASAT fortnightly. So anything that wasn't worth doing a main video on its own, we're actually going to turn that into an ASAT every fortnight.
To turn a blind eye to all of this, as long as the tests served their purpose, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Google has...
Fortnite
said that they don't use the data collected from reCAPTCHA for targeted advertising, which actually scares me a bit more. If not for targeted ads, which is their whole business model, why is Google acting like an intelligence agency? So I dove into Google's 32,000 word terms of service. When you're writing a legal document, syntax matters. They only collect data as necessary. But because of this comma, the words as necessary.
Everyone in chat is spamming Fortnite, and then one person just says, out of the blue, Raven team leader oiled up.
It takes time to get used to the higher quality slop. It's an investment unlike slop.
Thank you, Anand, for the 10. Yeah, we're gonna do a mix. I mean, just because I'm doing slop again doesn't mean I'm gonna give up entirely on the high quality stuff. I still do want to try it.
Only apply here, not here.
The word improve, general security purposes.
I'm happy that ASAP paid off though. I'm really happy that paid off. So that shows that that's a keeper, definitely.
Those are keywords where you're like, okay, I see you clearly say it's not being used for personalized advertising. Congratulations, great. What does improve mean in that context? What does that security purposes entail? That's where Google is the art of saying nothing.
This is Zach. He's a privacy watchdog, but he's also the co-creator of this website, a central...
Is that when Keemstar's doing a drama alert and he just points up into the sky and he goes like, roll it. It's like, what are you talking about?
Hub dedicated to documenting the US's antitrust case against Google.
Google has allowed themselves this general security purposes allowance to use the decisions and the data it collects for anything that they deem as security related.
In 2015, Google failed an audit by the United Kingdom's ICO, saying that Google is too vague when describing how it uses personal data gathered from its services and products.
Big shocker. Billionaire corporate company is shady about their business practices. More news at 11.
Is sharing to the government considered security related? It probably could be defined that way by a creative lawyer.
Check this out. If you want to submit a tip to the FBI...
Sorry, I'm laughing because I just remember like when Rosanna Pansino said that she like submitted a tip to the FBI about Mr. Beast and it just went nowhere.
You're met with this notice, acknowledging your right to anonymity. But even though the State Department doesn't use reCAPTCHA, the FBI and the NSA do.
A federal court of 11 judges with the power to allow government to conduct electronic surveillance on you.
And if they want to know who submitted the anonymous report, Google has to tell them.
But the Federal Intelligence Surveillance Court is anything but public. It's here somewhere inside this sprawling federal court complex. This is a court so secret, we don't even know exactly where it convenes inside the building.
These companies, when they engage in a clandestine relationship with the government, as soon as they begin cooperating in part, they will ultimately end up cooperating in full.
Look at this. I realize
this is Hawk Coin going through the roof. If you guys didn't rug pull it, we could have all been rich.
Most people aren't submitting anonymous tips to the FBI. But listen, earlier this month, 404 Media got its hands on internal emails from the Secret Service. They confirmed that the intelligence agency used a technology called LocateX, which uses location data harvested from ordinary apps installed on phones. Because users agreed to an opaque terms of service page, the Secret Service believes it doesn't need a warrant, despite those apps often not saying that their data may end up with the authorities.
Any information, any keystroke, any click, IP address, all the websites, all the browsing history.
A real-time map of everything you do on the internet. It knows who you are. Google has essentially...
I mean, we've known this for ages. Like, when you Google stuff, it is your digital footprint. It is your digital footprint. Like it's there forever. You know, like, I'll always see some kid making, like, an edgy comment on like YouTube or like Instagram or something, and then everyone will reply saying, digital footprint, this will come back to haunt you in like 6 years.
Created a digital toll booth with reCAPTCHA. They hide in the background, watching whatever you do before, during.
Dude, I'm so happy I got outed for like my like degenerate kinks, dude, because like now the government got nothing. Dude, imagine, right? Like the government sits me down, it's like, we know all about these fat farting balloons. We're going to ruin your life. We're going to put it all out there online. Like now they got now, bro. The NSA got nothing. Now they got nothing.
And after you interact with it, then it puts emphasis on the question, which human is this user, rather than the ordinary, is this user human? If it can figure out who you are,
funny round circles,
it lets you through. It's also why this happened.
Why can't a robot just click, I'm not a robot? Robots move like this.
Okay, for the checkbox. It's so easy to test this. If Google can't figure out exactly who you are, let's say you clear your cookies, you're browsing
you leak your commissions like every third stream. No, I don't.
Incognito. Maybe you're using a privacy-focused browser.
Your Heinz account is monitored. Do you actually, like, no meme, do you actually have to make an account to go on Heinz? Hang on. This is, okay, if you don't know what Heinz is, by the way, it's beans. Can you make a Heinz account? No, you can't make a Heinz account, bro. You're lying. You little fibber. Heinz account. You can log into Heinz. Why would you want to... What? Oh my god, you can make a Heinz account. Join the Heinz family. That's beautiful. Have you seen the Heinz everything sauce, by the way? Have you guys seen that? They've got one called Heinz Every Sauce. I cannot imagine how awful that would taste. What's in it again? Burger sauce, garlic sauce, aioli sauce, smoky baconaise, sweet chili chip sauce, saucy sauce, mayoracha, mayo must, truffle mayo, garlic and caramelized onion mayo, curry ketchup, pickle ketchup, smoky bacon ketchup. What the hell? Why would you want that? Why would you want that?
They flag you as suspicious. You're grouped in with the bots, who are actually better.
On everyone's soul, it's goated. They only made 100, you little liar. You haven't tried it.
How much for you to actually order this?
Order what? The everything sauce? $100? I don't know. I don't... It's gonna taste like salt. It will actually taste like... You know what it'll taste like? Just onions. It will actually just taste like onions.
At solving reCAPTCHAs than you are, and you still have to pay the toll in a different way. Today, that means labeling Google's machine learning data sets. In my experience, the more...
I hate the buses so much, bro. I hate them. There could be a bus there. You don't know. You don't know until you fail.
The more that I tried to hide my identity from Google, the more data sets they make me train.
Yeah. If you have a VPN, I get so many captchas when I'm on a VPN.
Finally, if you reject those two prior options, reCAPTCHA, the toll booth, stops you right there. The internet isn't open for you. In short, reCAPTCHA isn't about bots. It's about you.
And US v. Google, what's the top down on this situation?
Here in the United States, there are a group of attorney generals and the Department of Justice are basically suing Google for a variety of monopolistic practices. And so the government's response was, we want you, Google, to get out of the advertising industry.
VPN stands for Vice President Naked. I don't think it does.
So Google, as you can imagine, that being one of their primary sources of revenue, said, okay, it looks like we're going to trial over this.
I realize the irony of posting this video on YouTube, which is wholly owned by Google.
I'll pay hundreds for your nut in a bottle.
What? What did you say?
I'll pay hundreds for your nut in a bottle.
Thank you, Boris Johnson, for the 10. You guys, some of you are freaky, man. Some of you are freaky. Just want to put that out there. Some of you are freaks. Why are people saying same? That's crazy. Dude, I've already seen the U2s that got stuck in the jar that I shown yesterday, right? I don't want to repeat of that.
He reached out to Google for comment. And by the time of filming this, they still haven't responded. So if they have, you'll see it on the screen somewhere. right now.
Google has all this power. What they have currently is empowering the data broker ecosystem, tons of this data flowing into government and data broker hands. What's interesting is if Google is forced to sell their ad tech space, it may actually make privacy outcomes worse in the short term. Depending on who they sell it to, that company may be more evil than Google.
And thanks again to Delete Me for sponsoring a portion.
That's a good point. Like, Google could sell all of your rights to someone else and then they just leak it.
Of this video.
That is scary stuff. But also, again, you have no privacy. You have no privacy. Scary, scary stuff.